Hello, Cherry Creek High School. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the 2020-2021 Back to School Night. This Back to School program will be different than what you've experienced before because it's all virtual. However, we hope that you still get the same information that you would have gotten if you were on our campus, navigating the 82 acres of buildings and classrooms, and also meeting our teachers. The purpose of Back to School Night is to get an idea of what the expectations are for your children, but more importantly, to meet the people who work with them all the time. And so we hope that we've planned an evening that will allow you to start to accomplish those goals of getting to know us. So for the first time in my 12 years as being a principal, I am the parent of a high school age student, which I think is a very different feel, but also very exciting. However, going into the school year, there were new questions that had to be answered and things that had to be thought of that we didn't have to consider in previous years. So I have a first grader, a fifth grader, and a ninth grader this year. And I have the full range of spectrum at my house in terms of how they feel about returning to school. My high schooler is excited, but not overly excited, a little bit nervous, which is very normal. Whereas my fifth grader is so excited that he spent the day prior to his first day laying out his outfit, getting all his school supplies ready, making sure that his hair was perfect, all of those types of things, because he was dying to be back in school. And then our first grader is scared. He's scared of COVID. He's scared that he could get COVID and what that would mean. So the conversations that my wife and I have had with our three kids have all been different. But as parents, we are all excited for those of us who chose in-person learning that this option exists for our kids. And there will be things that we have to do differently, and there are certainly precautions that we have to have, but we see the value in making sure that our kids are actually on campus with their peers and with their teachers. And I'm happy that we're able to provide that in the Cherry Creek School District. So here's what you can expect. Depending on what cohort your children are in, they will have 2 days in school. Well, they will have an 8-period school day, and they will go to all of their classes with all of their teachers on those 2 days. They'll also have 2 days of remote learning, where they will be given 2 45-minute learning opportunities to do away from school. And they will also have homework, just like they normally would. You could expect up to 2 hours of homework per class each week. Mondays will be used to do catch-up work for students to use that time to do the remote learning lessons that they were assigned, but then also finish the homework that they have not yet completed. There will also be virtual meetings on Mondays, but students will not be on campus on Mondays, only staff. So during the 5 days of school, you can expect your kids to get over 180 minutes worth of instructional time, and then also homework to support and reinforce the things that they're learning. Your teachers will be available to their students both in person when they're on campus and also virtually when they're off campus. You will, on Monday, get to meet all those teachers. You will receive a link to a video for each of your children's teachers so you can see a quick video of them and get to know who they are. Besides the learning expectations, I also want you to know that our students do need to wear masks, and so do our staff at all times. The only time that they wouldn't would be if they are eating, drinking, or if they are alone in an enclosed space, which specifically is a restroom. And so they do have to wear them at all times. If you get a violation, the first time is a warning, but the third time it would mean that you would be unenrolled and have to go to the online high school. We do want our students to distance, to be aware of their surroundings and be respectful that everybody has different experiences and desires in terms of who they want to be around. We need to wash our hands regularly. Each morning we need to take our temperature and make sure we're checking all of our symptoms. We can do all this and keep in-person learning, and I know that this will be a great school year. I'm excited as a parent. I'm excited as a principal. Welcome to the 2020-21 school year.
Creek High School. My name is Jessica Whitney.
And I'm Trisha Drewliner.
And we represent the parent community as the PTCO co-presidents.
This year will look a little bit different, but there's still plenty of opportunity to get involved and stay informed. All of our meetings will be held virtually. Meetings such as accountability, that's where we discuss how our school is meeting district goals. Brown bag, that's a direct access to Mr. Silva, our principal. And then of course the general PTCO meetings where we will discuss how we're supporting the school. And sometimes we even have student performers join us as well. All of that information, links and dates can be found on Cherry Creek High School's main webpage. If you go under the parent tab, you'll find PTCO. There's a wealth of information there, so take a look.
That's right. The other way to gather information is to read your weekly Week at Creek. That's an email that goes out weekly, and it really has great information, and we will be posting pertinent information in there as well. And also, we want to welcome you to email us at creekptco@gmail.com. If you have a question or just need to connect with a parent, we'd be happy to connect with you. So if you have any needs at all, please email us. Again, that's creekptco@gmail.com.
It's still going to be a great year, different but great. Don't forget though, wear your mask.
That's right. We look forward to virtually meeting you.
Hello and welcome to Cherry Creek High School. My name is Peyton Sachs and I am the student body president for the 2020 through 2021 school year. As Bruins, we promote a culture of belonging, inclusivity, and diverse perspectives. We respect the dignity of all cultures and honor every student's chosen path to success. We have so many different communities built into our 3,800 member student population. These range from our 27 different varsity sports, which we have won over 224 state championships in, our outstanding band, choir, and orchestra groups that received a Grammy in 2014, our nationally ranked speech and debate team, or our 100-plus clubs that range from plant lovers to gaming to diverse representation in our community at CCHS. No matter what it is, I urge you to encourage your student to explore opportunities in their own individual passions and interests. Creek Spirit is unmatched by any other school in the state. Even with a very large student population, we are a united, close-knit community. Even though this year may look different, I know our Creek leadership will be creative in finding new and innovative ways to keep our Creek spirit strong. In the past, we have had Power Weeks, pep rallies, Fine Arts Fridays, and so many other lively events. Every year during Power Week, students help raise thousands of dollars for the Gabby Krause Foundation in order to help our larger community. We hold a diverse array of events in order for every student to feel heard and valued. Since we have so many events, one would think it would be hard to keep up with all of them. So, every morning, we have student-led announcements to keep your students up to date on all Creek events. And for you, parents, once a week, you will be emailed the Week at Creek update. This email will include news, announcements, and happenings going on at CCHS. High school can be very overwhelming for some, so Creek has many mental health resources. In our counseling office, we are equipped with on-call counselors, psychologists, and peer ambassadors. Peer ambassadors are a specially trained group of seniors to help struggling and new students. The peers are available in the counseling office through all periods of the day. We serve as tutors, tour guides, friends, and confidants to all students. Throughout my 3 years as a Bruin, I have been fortunate enough to experience almost every sector of Creek. And in my heart, I know that there is a place for every single student to feel heard and valued. We are Bruins through and through. And as Bruins, we persevere through a time of adversity and uncertainty. I am very excited to welcome you and your students to Cherry Creek High School.
Good evening. My name is Krista Keogh, and I'm the Activities Director at Cherry Creek High School, and I want to welcome you to the 2020-2021 school year. My role at Cherry Creek High School is to get your kids involved in extracurricular activities. I know that this fall that will look a little bit different. We have over 100 clubs and groups here on campus, and some of them will be meeting in person and some of them will be meeting virtually. More information will come from my office within the next couple of weeks as to what this will look like. My office is also responsible for replacing student IDs. Should your student lose, misplace, or break their ID throughout the year, the cost to replace IDs is $5. My office also oversees all of the communication that goes out through our website, the Week at Creek, and other parent communications. Please feel free to contact my office if you have any questions about things that are happening on or off campus. As a reminder, your students' planners had a lot of dates pre-populated in there for this school year. And as of right now, all of those dates are very tentative. So just keep this in mind as you're going through the school year. Again, I want to welcome you. We're happy to have you as part of the Bruin family, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Jason Wilkins. I'm the athletic director here at Cherry Creek High School. Just want to take a minute, welcome you to the 2020-2021 school year, give you a brief little dialogue here about what we're offering this year and kind of how things are operating. But at the end, feel free, like always, to contact my office via phone, email, or schedule an appointment. This year, we are going to offer all 27 varsity sports, which usually ends up to be about 90 teams or so that we will offer spots for this year. We are planning to offer season A, B, C, and D, which is the new calendar that CHSAA, the organization that runs athletics, will be implementing. We are currently in season A, and so we have 5 sports going right now. And then season B actually doesn't start until January the 4th officially. Between now and then, we will have some practices and things like that for the other sports that will be offered during second semester. So stay tuned for information on that. We're currently taking a little break until September 14th on any sport that is not season A, so that we can make sure that the kids, coaches, parents, everybody feels comfortable with our new academic schedule and gets off to a good start. Speaking of academics, I would like to point out that last year, the varsity programs, all 27, combined to average over a 3.5 GPA. So obviously academics first, that's highly, highly impressive. I would also like to point out that we have COVID protocols in place for any practice, game, or contest throughout the school year that we require a temperature check. We require questions to be answered. This is all recorded, hand sanitizer, social distancing, and things of that nature. If you have any questions about any of that, feel free to reach out. Now, I would like to introduce the Assistant Athletic Director, Ms. Bryn Thomas.
Hi, my name is Bryn Thomas. I am the Assistant Athletic Director here at Cherry Creek High School. I want to make sure that you know how to register your athlete so they're ready for tryouts and practice to begin. You're going to go onto the Cherry Creek High School website, look for the Athletic tab, then Athletic Registration. You're going to complete the online registration, pay your $90 fee. Then you're going to make sure you have your physician's clearance uploaded into our school, and you're going to also complete the Planet High School registration. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Jason or myself or our assistants in the athletic office. My office and Jason's office are both located in the West building. Have a great night.
Hello, my name is Tracy Doherty. I'm the assistant principal in the registrar's office. The registrar's office at Cherry Creek High School is responsible for the master schedule, student enrollments, student records, and transcripts. I also oversee the counseling office, so I will work closely with counselors to help support your students. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of you for your support, kind words, and patience as we have attempted to re-enroll or enroll students in the correct environment, whether it's a blended in-person option or online learning, as well as to all of the new students who are newly enrolled and are navigating this process for the first time along with us. Thank you and welcome to Cherry Creek High School for those of you who are new, and welcome back for those of you who are returning.
Welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Darren Knox and I'm one of the assistant principals. I am in my 18th year at Cherry Creek High School and 29th year in education. My office is located in West 425 and the phone number is 720-554-2255. My administrative assistant is Nancy Cruz. My primary responsibilities include the coordination of assessment, planning, and technology support. I also oversee the PSAT, National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, ACT test, and AP testing. I am the liaison to the science department and library and work with those department coordinators in supporting their work. Thank you again for joining us this evening.
Hi, Cherry Creek High School. My name is Marcus McDavid. I'm one of the assistant principals here at the school. This is my 7th year of being an assistant principal here at Cherry Creek. And I've been here actually at the school in one way, shape, or form for quite some time. I actually graduated from Cherry Creek. And then after teaching for 3 years at a different school in our district, I started teaching English and taught here for 4 years. And then I've been on the administrative side ever since that point, which was about 12, 13 years ago. So anyways, it's a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about Cherry Creek High School and what my responsibilities are. Primarily what I focus on is professional development. So I support our new teachers. I also then help support our teachers, as all of our teachers, to just kind of think about best practice. And so we do some of the trainings and stuff like that. So on those in-service, non-contact days, that's when I get the opportunity to work with an excellent team of teachers to help just kind of figure out how to meet the needs of our students as best we can. In addition to professional development, I also work with our PASS team. PASS is an acronym that stands for Partnership for Academically Successful Students. And really what we do in the PASS team is we think about ways in which we can support our students of color or our underrepresented student populations so that we can eliminate the predictability and in achievement disparity. So we try to really focus on eliminating that disparity in achievement as it's and the predictability of that. Also, another group that I work with, or another responsibility that I have, is I work with our Black Student Union, and so it's a great opportunity for me to just connect with students. And it's a really fun opportunity for me, and I'm very appreciative of that chance. I'm also the GT coordinator, and so I'll have opportunities to work with our GT students and just communicate with our families and parent groups in that regard. In addition to that, I also oversee field trips. Of course, in this new era that we're living in, we're indefinitely suspending all field trips until further notice. But once those do get to resume, I will be the person in charge of approving those and coordinating with all of the different coaches and or club sponsors who are interested in doing those. I also am a liaison for our private schools. So families who are coming in from private schools or from out of state, I work with them. I'm an English department liaison as well. I work closely with our English department coordinator, and I support our English teachers in whatever way they need. I also do evaluations. And then last but not least, one of the other roles that I have is data analysis. And basically that is to help support our school goal. Our school goals, there are really 3 of those. One is to make sure that our graduation rate for all of our student groups, especially based on ethnicity, is at or above 90%. That's a 4-year graduation rate. Obviously, we know that some of our kiddos might not be appropriate to graduate in 4 years, and that might be based on their own unique circumstances. Maybe they got sick halfway through their junior year and they needed to take some time off. But I really try to focus on that. Also, I analyze data to figure out ways that we can help all of our students increase the percentage of students who are successful for meeting the college readiness benchmarks. And then last but not least, the third portion of our goal is to increase the perception and feeling of engagement for all of our students here at the school. And so really it's a 3-pronged approach towards improving Cherry Creek High School. And so what I do is I really partner with our teachers, our administrators, students, and parent groups to gather feedback from them about ways that we can really make those 3 different facets of our school goal come to fruition. If we get a chance to cross paths very soon over the course of the next school year, I really am excited to see you. But if not, until we meet again, thanks for being here and welcome to Cherry Creek High School.
Hi, Cherry Creek High School. My name is Kevin Eulig. I'm an assistant principal. My areas of specific responsibility are I oversee our deans, our school psychologists, our nurses, our school resource officers, basically anything related to safety and security of our students, faculty, and staff is under my area. I also oversee our building and our facilities, and I also work with our students around the 504 process as well. So my office is in the East Building. My office number is 720-554-2222. My email address is kuhlig@cherrycreekschools.org. And you're welcome to always reach out to me if you have any questions or anything I can do to support you around the umbrella of all my responsibilities. So a couple things that I wanted to share with you that I think it's important for you to be aware of. Every single one of the students on our campus has a student support team. And the student support team is a dean, counselor, school psychologist, and nurse that are assigned to your son or daughter for all 4 years of their high school experience at Cherry Creek High School. I would really recommend that you familiarize yourself with who those individuals are that are assigned to your student, because not only do they meet weekly to talk about the students in their alphabet, they also are the direct liaison for you to contact if you need any help around your son or daughter's mental, physical well-being, their academic experience in the classroom, the proper class fits, so forth. So medical needs as well. So please familiarize yourself with those. For example, we have 5 deans. Jessica Robinson, her alpha is student's last name A through ARG. Dean Craig Blazer, his last names beginning with ARH through GH. Dean Brent Thomas, his last name's GI through LAND. Dean Tom Doherty, his last name's LANE through RH. And Dean Brock Felkley, his last name's RI through Z. Now, those alphas aren't exactly the same for the counselors, the nurses, and the school psychologists. But if you go online, you can see who exactly makes up your son or daughter's student support team. And you're going to want to know that information. That's great for not only your students, but also for parents to be able to reach out to if they want to share some information. Also wanted to let you know that Safe to Tell Colorado is an anonymous tip line that's been very, very good to Cherry Creek High School and a great tool that we take very seriously as a means to help protect our student, staff, faculty, and our overall community at Cherry Creek High School. And that number is 1-877-542-7233, or you can email tips to SAFE, SAFE, the number 2, and then Tellco, so TELLCO.org. So look up Safe to Tell Colorado, and that's another anonymous tip line, or you can go through your son or daughter's student support team. I wanted to share with you that some of the processes that we've implemented around the COVID, around the pandemic that we're in, to help protect faculty, staff, and students while on campus. So everybody's required to wear a mask at all times while they're on campus. The reason why I don't have a mask on is I'm in a confined office by myself, and that's the one stipulation. Masks must be worn above the nose and below the chin. The district has provided us with a lot of quality PPE products to help protect everyone, and some of those are every one of our teachers has disinfectants that they use for their classroom, and the district will also professionally sterilize, clean, disinfect classrooms twice a week. But teachers will disinfect their classroom, particularly the desks, the counters, the areas that were frequently touched. They will spray those classrooms at the end of every class period, so when your son and daughter enters, they'll have a clean desk to utilize. Teachers have wet wipes, masks, face shields. The district's also improved the overall quality of our filters in our HVAC systems. Those are just some of the many things that we're doing. Also, the district has put together a COVID symptom tracker that can be found on mycherrycreek.org. Highly recommend that your son or daughter uses that every morning. The symptom tracker that the districts provide can be found in mycherrycreek.org. So in your parent portal or your student Cherry Creek account. And I really recommend you look up that COVID symptom tracker. And I think it's something that we would like I know it's something we would like all students, faculty, and staff to do every day before they come into school. It's a real simple tool, and it provides levels and it'll say if your students clear to come to school, if your students should reach out to their primary care physician before coming to school. Also, you can reach out to any of our nurses. We have a nurse in the East Building and another full-time registered nurse in the West Building. So please utilize them if you have any questions about whether it's appropriate for your son or daughter to be at school, or questions about the COVID symptom tracker. And the last thing I would like to share with you is that all faculty and staff are required to wear, and students are required to wear IDs while on campus at all times. It's just another security measure that we have in place to make sure that we have accountability for who's on our campus. Those IDs will be going out next week. In Cohort A, it'll go out Tuesday through all the English classes, because every student has an English class, and Cohort B on Thursday to those students, because again, whether you're in Cohort A or B, everybody has an English class. So once we start giving out those IDs, the expectation is that everybody wears those IDs at all times. Also on the mask, the consequences are high. Faculty, staff, and students are expected to wear them at all times. If they don't, the first consequence is a warning, a written notification. Second consequence is detention for students. HR notification for faculty and staff. Third consequence is students will be sent to Elevation, which is our online school. Faculty, staff will be put on unpaid leave. So expectations are in place that we must wear masks. We're following the governor's mandatory mask mandate, Tri-County health guidelines as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And thank you very much. Bye.
Hello, welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Jessica Robinson, and I am part of the administrative team, and I am also a dean. As a dean, I support students with the last names A through ARG. As an administrator, I am the 504 coordinator, and I work with our counselors and mental health staff to develop 504 plans. I am also the liaison to the Student Achievement Services Department, the AVID Department, and English Language Support. I work as our Spanish Cultural Liaison, and I support our Spanish-speaking families navigate Cherry Creek High School. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you. Bienvenidos. Me llamo Jessica Robinson, y soy uno de los administradores aquí en Cherry Creek High School. Si puedo ayudarle con su estudiante o si tienes preguntas de la escuela, por favor, llámame. Mi información se aparece en el fin de este video. Muchas gracias.